Is This Thing On is directed by Bradley Cooper, written by Will Arnett, Bradley Cooper, and screenwriting done by Mark Chappell, starring Will Arnett, Laura Dern, Bradley Cooper, Andra, and many more. The story rotates around this one character that is played by Will Arnett. He is going through a divorce, and in doing so, he tries to, you know, do stuff to make himself feel better. And he ends up going to a bar where there is a stand-up comedy, like an open mic available. So he writes himself down to, speak at the open mic, and he goes up there, talks about his recent divorce, and makes jokes about it, and people like it, and that's what happens in the movie. Yeah, I would say the story is pretty simple for anybody who is planning to watch there. It's a guy going through a breakup, and both the characters have their own issues, and they are both working on it, and the children are trying to cope with it, but not in a very bad way. Like, they are not in depression, they are not suffering, they are really a little bit sad because their parents are going through a breakup. But yeah, the story is very simple, and in between that you see Will Arnett going through a phase where he is like doing stand-up comedy now, and that stand-up comedy itself brings his life back on track. That is what the story is about. And yeah, like, we have character Laura Dern. She is looking young in this film. um, I looked it up, and she is almost 60 years old, but she is running around, jumping around like a 30-year-old. And yeah, good for her. Like, I feel like these film stars are like some different species, they just never get old. But yeah, Laura Dern is looking really young for her age. And Will Arnett is looking a little bit older, I believe. I don't know if he kind of got into that physique of what this character is supposed to look like, but he is looking a little bit, not really good in shape. But also, like, he also jokes about himself being out of shape in the film. So I think he did that for the film, I believe. Bradley Cooper is funny. His jokes, his character is very much aloof of what's going on, very much confused character, and he is there for just for comedy. He does like drop some nugget of information by the end of the film that really helps our guy Will Arnett to get his life back on track. And unknowingly, Bradley Cooper helps Will Arnett's character. So I think that's really sweet and all. Apart from that, like, the jokes that were said in like when Bradley Cooper was coming on stage to talk about his divorce and his life and make jokes about it, I feel like those jokes were like average jokes. I believe Will Arnett and other people who may have written stand-up comedy would have made those jokes even more funnier. Like, the movie is trying to show that Will Arnett is surprisingly very funny in stand-up comedy, Will Arnett's character. And they are trying to show, like, oh, people are liking him now, and he likes doing that too. So that's what is happening. But the jokes, when you listen to they are kind of like, okay, a little above average jokes. They are not like amazing jokes. So that is where I felt a little bit a little bit fake to me. It wasn't bad, but it was like they could have made the jokes even funnier if they're trying to show Will Arnett's character to be surprisingly talented in stand-up comedy. We also see Will Arnett and getting, laid because he's funny. And not that I'm saying like the jokes are not that funny and getting laid was fake. No, it was very much, it felt very much real. And because he got laid, his ex Laura Dern, her character, was really getting affectionated towards him. She really was excited sexually for him because he slept with some other woman. And I felt like this character was kind of amateurish in a way, because if you are like, if you want your relationship, you have been married to this person for 20 years, you are like almost, at least in the film, you are like 50 years old now. And both characters are 50 years old and they have spent their lives together, not 50 but maybe like 45 years old. And they are trying to reignite their marriage. And the way they do that is they sneak around, don't tell anybody that they are getting back together. They just sneak around and just get physical with, just physically active with each other. And it felt like you guys should be talking about something else, but you are just doing this, and that is solving your marriage. Like this spark of, oh, we are hiding from our parents and we are doing it, and that's exciting and that's getting our relationship back, was kind of amateurish. But then in the end they do talk about it, because it has to be talked about, the core issues in their relationship, the actual issues, that comes up again when they get back together. And that comes up, and then they are like, I don't know how to solve this. And both of them are like, we don't know, I don't know how to solve this. Both of them are like really trying to figure out, and they kind of split apart again. And when that happened, I did feel like this movie was too long. Yeah, this movie did feel too long a little bit. But when that happened, I was like, okay, now what? Okay, Will Arnett went to, in the first breakup, he went to do a stand-up comedy. Now what is he going to do? What are we going to do? And the movie kind of slowed down a little bit over there. The jokes were not coming in. This movie is funny. It's a drama and comedy. So the jokes were spread apart really evenly until the end, where the jokes kind of were very much late in the dialogues. But I feel like at the end they do come back together, and the way they showed coming back together is very much important. What they said was, if I was happy in relationship, in marriage with you, what I want now is to be unhappy in marriage with you. And that, I think, was very much powerful, especially in this day and age where people get married and they get divorced like easily, especially in the States. More than 40% of marriages do end up in divorce. And I think a really good nugget of information is being shared in this movie, is that you have a life partner. Just because that partner is not making you happy, or your life is not happy, doesn't mean you should let go of that life partner. You can be unhappy together, figure out your life by being together. And that's what Will Arnett's character says in the end, when he proposes his ex again, like, I want to marry you not because I was happy with you. I want to marry you because now I'm unhappy and I want to be unhappy with you. It is terrible to be unhappy by myself. I want to be unhappy with you. I want to have you as a partner when I'm unhappy as well. And I think it's a very weird thing to say, especially in this time that we live in. But I think there is a lot of simple and important information over here, which is simply this, that you can be happy while being together. Just because you're unhappy doesn't mean you should like split apart. It's kind of like that, especially because you have kids. If you have kids, then you should think about working things through, because you don't want to make as I said, like the kids were sad. Like, you don't want your kids to be sad because of your failing marriage. So yeah, I think the end message of this movie was good. I think the jokes were really good as well, but not as good as it would make Will Arnett's character look like he is gifted in stand-up comedy. But the jokes were good. I like Bradley Cooper's character. Whatever pictures are coming out with his surgery and all, it did not show up in this film. I don't. He looks like Bradley Cooper. So yeah, that was pretty cool as well. And yeah, I like this film. I feel like it's a good one-time watch. You should watch it with your friends, or if you are going through a breakup, or some kind of relationship issues, then I think you should definitely watch it. This movie does show topics about how you can be happy by yourself. Do things that you like to do, that you love to do, and be happy by yourself. Only then you will be happy with someone else, and only then you will be able to be comfortably sad with someone else. If you're not happy by yourself, then you keep looking for happiness to other people, and then it will become a burden for them, and then they will leave you. Basically is what the movie is trying to say. Try to find your happiness, be in content with yourself, and then be a partner to someone who feels the same way, and then you can come together and have kids and have a happy life. Happy or sad life, it has to be colorful. It doesn't need to be one color, happy 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 all the time. Life happens, things happen, good things happen, bad things happen, so it can be like that together. So this movie is kind of like giving this really important message, and I think everyone should watch this movie just to learn this message. So yeah, that's the review for this film. Please like this video, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.